New tonight, a new U.S. Supreme Court ruling upholds state bans on transgender health care for minors.
12 News journalist Bram Resnick asked a mom who happens to have a transgender son what might have happened if his care had been denied.
Aiden Kelly was born Emma Kelly until he couldn't take it any longer.
He came out to us then as transgender, and things just plummeted.
Annalie Kelly describes a child racked by gender dysphoria.
It was unreal to watch him. He would just crawl on the floor in a fetal position, and he would just claw at his chest. He would pull out his hair.
A sweeping ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court bans gender-affirming health care for minors, the kind of care that Annalie Kelly believes saved Aiden's life.
Where would you be if this ban occurred when Aiden was 16 again?
If that was my only choice, I would have a dead son or a dead daughter at the time. That would have been, I would have had a dead daughter. There was no way. He was so suicidal. He couldn't live in that body any longer.
The High Court ruling comes after President Donald Trump's executive order in February banned federal funding for transgender medical care for minors.
No serious country should be telling its children that they were born with the wrong gender.
Phoenix Children's Hospital indefinitely suspended gender-affirming care. Planned Parenthood of Arizona followed 2 months later.
The message that our nation is sending to transgender young people is that you are not as important as other kids.
Michael Soto, president of Equality Arizona, says that taken together, the Supreme Court ruling, the Trump order, and Arizona law cut off any kind of healthcare services for transgender youth.
All three together means that there's nothing left except for mental health care support.
Annalie Kelly says she comes from a conservative background and relied on religious guidance.
You have to put yourself in my shoes. The only way we're going to change people's minds is by hearing real life stories. Because I used to be there. I used to think, being gay was a choice. I didn't allow my sister and her companion to come over for Thanksgiving because I didn't want it normalized for my family.
What would you say to President Trump today?
I just want President Trump and those that may be listening to please open your mind and your heart to stories like ours.
In Phoenix, Bram Resnick, 12 News.
Okay, Bram, thanks. Tonight, the